What if the life you dream of isn't ahead of you, but vibrating somewhere within you, just waiting to be tuned into? There's something in us that longs for more. It's not just the pursuit of achievements, titles, or material accumulation. It's an older hunger, a thirst for a kind of wholeness that the outside world, with all its promises and distractions, seems incapable of satisfying. It's a whisper, an intuition, a feeling that there's a primordial melody we're missing, a frequency we could tune into to dance with the universe in perfect harmony. We live in a world of constant noise, a whirlwind of information, expectations and demands that pull us away from ourselves. We're so accustomed to listening to the external that we've forgotten what our own essence sounds like. Imagine, for a moment, that you are a radio. Not just any radio, but one capable of tuning into the most sublime stations, the most uplifting songs, the most inspiring news. Yet you've spent most of your life stuck on a station of bad news, out of tune, music, and endless commercials. You've convinced yourself that this was the only possible sound, the only reality. But what if I told you that the potential to tune into something grand, something that uplifts you, that fills you with ineffable joy, has always been within your reach? What we call vibrating high isn't a magic trick or a secret formula, known only to a few. At its purest essence, it's the art of aligning your inner frequency with the frequency of well-being, abundance, peace, and happiness. It's recognizing that we are beings of energy in a universe of energy, and that our personal vibration is the magnet that attracts our experiences. Since ancient times, civilizations have understood the vibrational nature of existence. The Indian Vedas, for example, describe the universe as Nada Brahma. The sound is God, indicating that everything is vibration. The Egyptians, with their rituals and sacred symbols, sought to harmonize with cosmic forces, understanding that geometry and sound were keys to accessing higher states of consciousness. They didn't see reality as something solid and unchangeable, but as a dynamic flow of energy. And we, in our modern world, despite all our scientific advancements, often forget this ancient wisdom. We get stuck on the surface of things, in materiality, and lose connection with the source, with the vibrational essence of everything that exists. Think about your own life. Have there been moments when you felt a different energy, a lightness, a joy, without any apparent reason? And other moments when you felt heavy, stagnant, as if a grey cloud hung over you? These are direct manifestations of your vibration. It's not what happens to you that defines your vibration, but how you react and feel about what happens. Our reality isn't just a set of events, but an energetic response to our internal frequency. If you're here watching this video, it's because perhaps that curiosity about what else is out there, about how you can tune into a fuller life, is already vibrating within you. It's a sign that your soul is ready for a higher alignment. And if you wish to embark on this journey with us, consider subscribing to the channel and engaging with the video so that more people can tune into this frequency. The first major piece of the puzzle to vibrate high is awareness. Most of us live on autopilot, reacting to external stimuli without any filter or intention. Our thoughts are often echoes of the past, worries about the future, or judgments about the present. And every thought, every emotion has a vibrational frequency. A thought of gratitude vibrates differently from a thought of envy. An emotion of joy elevates your frequency, while fear contracts it. The goal isn't to eliminate negative thoughts, which would be impossible, but to become their observer. When you become aware of your thought and emotion patterns, you gain the power to choose. You can decide not to stay tuned to that out-of-tune radio station. Ancient Greek philosophers like Socrates invited us to know thyself. This maxim wasn't just a call for superficial introspection. but a deep dive into the layers of the psyche to uncover hidden beliefs, ingrained fears, and true desires that shape our vibration. For them, virtue and knowledge were inseparable, and wisdom lay in aligning life with inner truth. In Egypt, the goddess Ma'at personified truth, justice, and balance, and the hearts of the dead were weighed against her feather to determine their vibrational purity. These myths and teachings remind us that the journey to a higher vibration begins with an honest look inward, with the recognition that we are the gardeners of our own energy field. But how can we cultivate an inner garden that blooms with high vibrations? It's a process that involves releasing what weighs us down. Think of the burdens you carry, resentments, guilt, unaddressed fears. Each of these is like an anchor preventing your high vibration balloon from taking off. Psychology shows us the power of forgiveness, not as an act of absolving others, but as an act of personal liberation. When we forgive, we release the stagnant energy of resentment and make space for lightness. When we accept our imperfections, we embrace our humanity and free ourselves from paralyzing self-demands. Consider the metaphor of alchemy. Ancient alchemists didn't seek only to transform lead into gold in a literal sense. They sought the transmutation of the soul, the elevation of the spirit. The raw material represented our densest and darkest aspects, and the gold, our divine and enlightened essence. The alchemical process was, at its core, a path of vibrational purification and refinement. To vibrate high, we must be our own alchemists, transmuting low-frequency emotions into something higher. What are you carrying that no longer serves you, and how is it affecting your ability to tune into the life you truly desire? The second major piece to vibrate high lies in mindfulness. It's not enough to simply recognize our patterns. We need to be present enough to intercept them and intentionally direct our energy toward what we want to cultivate. Imagine an artist preparing to paint. They don't start by randomly splashing paint on the canvas. They visualize the work, choose the colors, and focus on each brushstroke. Their attention is fully dedicated to the creative process. Similarly, to create a life of high vibration, we need to apply that same attention. Millennia-old spiritual practices from various cultures have always emphasized the importance of presence. In Buddhism, mindfulness meditation invites us to observe the flow of breath, thoughts, and bodily sensations without judgment. It's an invitation to inhabit the present moment, the only place where life truly happens. Shamans from indigenous traditions understood that focused attention on the elements of nature, wind, water, earth, connected them to universal wisdom and healing energies. For them, everything was interconnected by a web of energy, and attention was the thread that allowed navigation through that web. Yet, we spend most of our time in a state of wandering mind, reliving the past or anticipating the future. The irony is that by doing so, we lose the power of the present, which is the only point of creation. The vibration we emit now shapes our tomorrow. If we're constantly vibrating at the frequency of worry about the future or regret for the past, that's exactly what we'll continue to attract. The question is, where is your attention right now? Is it on what uplifts you or what drags you down? Another fundamental pillar is gratitude. It sounds simple, almost cliché, but its power is immense. Gratitude is one of the highest frequency emotions. When you feel genuine gratitude, you align with the universe's abundance, with the blessing of existence. Even in the most challenging circumstances, there's always something to be grateful for. It's not a denial of pain or challenges, but a recognition that life in its entirety is a gift. Think of the story of King Midas from Greek mythology, who wished to turn everything he touched into gold. His greed led him to such a low vibration that he ended up turning even his food and his own daughter into gold, resulting in despair. It's a story that reminds us that true wealth isn't in material accumulation, but in the ability to appreciate what we already have. Gratitude is the antidote to the illusion of scarcity and the key to unlocking a flow of abundance in all areas of your life. When you vibrate gratitude, the universe responds with more reasons to be grateful. It's a cosmic law, as immutable as the law of gravity. However, gratitude isn't a switch you turn on and off. It's a practice, a muscle that needs to be exercised daily. Start small. Be thankful for the air you breathe, the water you drink, the bed you sleep in. Be thankful for the difficult lessons, for they hold the potential for growth. The more you practice gratitude, the more your perception expands, and the more you begin to see the hidden blessings in every experience. And this shift in perception is in itself a massive vibrational elevation. And how do you relate to the external world, to people, to challenges, when you're on a journey to vibrate high? It's a delicate dance between your inner truth and the reality around you. It's not about isolating yourself in a bubble of positivity, but about learning to navigate the world's low vibrations without being dragged down by them. It's like the lotus flower, which is born in the mud, but emerges pure and beautiful above the water. Human interactions are vibrational fields. Have you ever noticed how some people energize us while others drain us? It's the dance of frequencies. To maintain your high vibration, it's crucial to set healthy boundaries. Choose who you spend your time with and learn to protect yourself energetically. This doesn't mean avoiding people who are at a lower frequency, but rather being conscious of not tuning into their frequency for too long. Your empathy can be a gift, but also a trap if you absorb others' emotions as if they were your own. Are you dedicating your attention to what truly matters, or is it scattered in 1,000 directions? Drained by external demands and automatic thoughts? Is your gratitude practice genuine, or just a superficial attempt to attract something without a true connection to the abundance that already exists? There's a profound philosophical mystery that permeates the quest to vibrate high, something that transcends techniques and delves into the very nature of existence. What if true high vibration isn't something you do, but something you are? What if the pursuit of vibrating high is, in fact, a journey of unveiling, of removing the layers that obscure your own innate frequency, which is already high by nature? Imagine the story of Orpheus from Greek mythology, whose song was so beautiful it could enchant beasts, move rocks, and even persuade the gods of the underworld. Orpheus didn't need to try to sing beautifully. The beauty of his melody was an emanation of his own essence. He was music. Similarly, our true nature, our deepest essence, is inherently harmonious, peaceful, and abundant. What prevents us from experiencing this reality constantly are the dissonances we accumulate, limiting beliefs, repressed emotions, inherited fears, social expectations. The journey to vibrate high isn't about adding something to yourself, but about subtracting. It's like sculpting a statue. The artist doesn't add material, but removes the excess until the essential form is revealed. We are that statue, and life, with its challenges and lessons, is the chisel that helps us carve away what doesn't belong to us. The question isn't, how can I elevate my vibration? But what is blocking my natural vibration from manifesting? This is where psychology and spirituality intertwine most deeply. The Jungian shadow, which we discussed earlier, isn't just a repository of negative aspects, but also of unrecognized talents and potentials. Integrating the shadow is about freeing the energy trapped in repression, allowing the light of consciousness to illuminate and elevate your entire vibrational structure. When you accept your darker parts, you become more whole, and a whole being vibrates at a frequency of wholeness. Think of the story of Shiva, the destroyer and transformer in the Hindu pantheon. Shiva doesn't destroy out of malice, but to make way for the new, to remove what is stagnant and allow life to flourish. Your own journey to vibrate high requires the courage to destroy old internal structures, outdated beliefs, and behavior patterns that no longer serve your growth. It's an act of liberation that, though it may seem chaotic at first, is essential for creating a new, more aligned self at a higher frequency. And compassion in itself is a powerful vibrational catalyst. When you extend compassion to yourself and others, you connect to the universal web of love and interconnection. Compassion dissolves the barriers of the ego, the illusions of separation, and aligns us with the truth that we are all part of something greater. This connection is, at its essence, a vibration of unity, peace, and unconditional acceptance. Life is an echo. What you send out, you receive. This isn't a moral law, but a vibrational one. If you send out fear, you attract situations that reinforce fear. If you send out love, you attract loving experiences. Your vibration is your energetic signature in the universe, and the universe responds to that signature. Therefore, the ultimate challenge isn't to control what happens out there, but to master your own internal frequency. It's about being the conductor of your own vibrational orchestra. What is the song your soul has been playing to the universe? And how can you tune it to reflect the melody you truly wish to live? You have the ability to transform your reality, not by force, but by alignment. The life you seek, peace, joy, abundance, already exists in potential within you, waiting for you to remove the layers covering it. Vibrating high isn't a destination to be reached, but a rediscovery of who you truly are, a being of light, love, and limitless potential. It's the revelation that the highest frequency is already your essence. If this conversation resonated with you, if you felt your soul vibrate in recognition, I invite you to share your thoughts. Leave the word essence in the comments if this video helped you reconnect with your inner truth. Like the video if it touched your heart, subscribe to the channel for more journeys like this and share it with someone who also needs to tune into this frequency. And if you want to dive even deeper into this knowledge and uncover hidden secrets known to few, check out the link in the description and discover the ebook Spiritual Code, Hidden Knowledge. Plus, by getting it, you'll receive the ebook The 7 Hermetic Laws entirely for free. Are you ready for this journey?